What's good, everybody? This is Brian Mazik, aka Franchise Play, and I'm here with the recap of WWE Fastlane 2017. And I must tell you, I was not pleased. I was not pleased. Um, I don't even know really where to begin with how displeased I am or was with this particular pay-per-view. They did very little right. Okay. So we start off, and I'm just going to go from the beginning, and I'm just going to start from the beginning. We had a cruiserweight tag team championship, a tag team match between Akira Tozawa, Rich Swann, and they were taking on the Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. It was a pretty decent match. Nothing to write home about. Nice kickoff. It was the kickoff match. So or it was the match featured in the kickoff show. So hey, a few years ago, the matches on the kickoff shows used to actually be pretty good. I remember the Usos had a nice little run where they were putting on some really great matches. We're not seeing matches of that level anymore, but this one was still pretty good. Nice, fast-paced action with the cruiserweights. And Akira Tozawa and Rich Swann wound up getting the win. You see Rich Swann is at his athletic best. Look at this little combination and sequence there, getting that, finishing out for the splash there on Noam Dar. That was pretty nice. This is a crazy shot when Brian Kendrick's foot on Rich Swann's under his neck and under his chin. That's pretty nasty. But Akira Tozawa is just, I think this guy is really dynamic. We got a double suplex that turned into a reversal that turned into something else, a double drop kick here. So there were some nice choreographed moments for sure. And like I said, Akira Tozawa and Rich Swann got the victory. So we're not doing too bad. We're like, hey, okay, this is not too bad. And if I mentioned this before, if this is the first time you're seeing this or wondering what kind of recap am I doing? I mentioned this, I think last week, that I was going to try doing the WWE recaps this way. I also had an idea about doing the UFC recaps this way. So we'll see about that moving forward. But the first match of the actual pay-per-view was Sami Zayn against Samoa Joe. This actually was a good match, which shouldn't surprise anybody. Two of the best workers in the promotion currently. It was brutal. Samoa Joe was putting the boots to Sami Zayn on several situations. Here he had him in the Mexican surfboard, I think is what this move is called. It got a little sloppy because he kind of tilted over to his left and Sami ended up falling on his head, but he was all right. But there was a lot of high impact moves. Look at the Blue Thunder Bomb. Yeah, Sami Zayn is stronger than people expect. I mean, because Samoa Joe is really right there at 300 pounds. And to pull off the Blue Thunder Bomb on Samoa Joe is pretty impressive. Nice impact on there as well. But the jabs to the face, Samoa Joe is really good with that. But you see Sami Zayn coming back with that clothesline after the Blue Thunder Bomb. But Sami, ultimately, we already know. I mean, if you took a look at the statistics, and I found a really awesome website. I think it's called Cage Net or something like that, where they give you the statistics of all the matches, guys' records and so on and so forth. Sami don't win a lot is basically what I'm getting at, right? So we knew at some point Samoa Joe was going to get this victory, and he got it with the coquina clutch, which is really just a rear naked choke for the most part, but it's a little bit different with both hooks in on the back. And my MMA people know what that is, but it's not really a rear naked choke. It's a little bit different, but same effect. He put Sami to sleep, and Samoa Joe wins, walks off real mean like. We had some bad mic work from Bayley and Nia Jax, which is not a surprise because Bayley's not very good on the mic, and neither is Nia Jax. And hey, she basically told her if Bayley some kind of way got past Charlotte tonight, then she would take her title from her. So yeah, okay, whatever. Tag team title match came up. We had Enzo and Cass taking on Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. This match was just all right. Something has to give right now with Enzo and Cass, as far as I'm concerned. I think they need to turn Big Cass loose and singles match, as a singles performer. And I think that Enzo needs to go to cruiserweight, or either he needs to flip heel and become like a manager of some sort. I think that's best for business. That's best for everybody. You can put each guy in their comfort zone, because quite honestly, their matches are not very good. And I think their matches are not very good because Enzo's limited in the ring from a size standpoint and an overall athleticism standpoint. Cass is being somewhat held back by that whole dynamic. And you know, they're in a tag team match with two high level professionals like Gallows and Anderson, and it just wasn't outstanding. Gallows and Anderson end up getting the victory. It was a clean victory, pretty much, too. Except I don't know. I think it was a clean victory. He pinned Enzo, but Enzo put his foot on the ropes. Right as he put his foot on the ropes, Gallows slaps his foot off the ropes, and Carl Anderson ends up getting the pin. I think that's pretty much a clean win. So Gallows and Anderson retain the titles. This was really cool too, but this was a really good move. Enzo tried to dive to get the tag, and Carl Anderson boots him right in the face to intercept. You don't see that much. That was pretty cool. But yeah, ultimately, Gallows and Anderson get the victory. Next up, we had a little quick promo with Mick Foley on the phone with Stephanie McMahon. Their whole drama is continuing, so it is what it is. Now, here's where the pay-per-view started to get bad or go down for me. Nia Jax takes on Sasha Banks, right? Sasha Banks has all the heart in the world, right? You can tell she'll get flopped and slammed around the ring, like nobody's business, right? She takes a licking and keeps coming back, right? She's taking on Nia Jax, who is, by all intent and purpose, she is like the Braun Strowman of the Raw Women's division. She's big, she's awesome, she's not bad in the ring, in my opinion, especially for a super heavyweight. I think she does a good job. She is beating Sasha Banks like she stole something throughout this entire match. I mean, just slapping and smacking her left and right. My cousin said something really funny, and I think it's funny, but it's mean, but it's funny. He says that he thinks that Sasha Banks looks like Marlon Wayans on White Chicks. And I think the worst part about that for me was that I actually could see what he was talking about. That it bothered me. It really did. At any rate, this match was going, I felt, as the way it should go. But the longer it started to go, I said, oh, God, here we go. There's some garbage coming. You can see from these highlights here, Nia Jax is beating Sasha Banks like just she's smashing her. But then we see the bank statement get locked in. And I'm like, you better not let Nia Jax tap. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't know if you guys remember in Survivor Series, they had her tap out to Becky Lynch's disarmer. You cannot continue to let these super heavyweights that are supposed to be amazing, big, destructive forces continue to tap out. So that didn't happen. As you can see, she slammed Sasha back into the ground again. And Sasha has that look on her face as she's banged all up. But out of nowhere, she beats her with a roll-up, a bridge roll-up. Are you serious right now? She's beating Sasha. She's beating Nia Jax with a bridge roll-up. So what is the whole point? What were we doing building up Nia Jax? I don't understand what the point of that whole joint was. I mean, most people say, hey, you needed some variety as it pertains to the Raw Women's division. You needed to put some variety in the whole mix, because essentially all that was happening was Sasha and Charlotte were just passing the title back and forth all that. So Bayley gets the title. And even though I'm not a huge Bayley fan, I'm like, okay, I understand that, right? But at what point does Sasha get to Nia Jax get to the point where she can now be a legit contender? Doesn't this hurt that? Apparently, I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe we're going for some sort of triple threat match, what it looks like is going to probably happen. Triple threat at WrestleMania between Bayley, Sasha, and Charlotte. I guess. But I really just felt that Nia Jax should have won this match. Didn't see why in the world. I mean, Sasha's already totally over. She can afford to take a loss. And so I don't know, but I guess it has to be the triple threat thing coming up. All right, Jinder Mahal and Rusev are no longer a team. They got into it, and they get into it here in Fastlane, and they're trying to decide who's going to have a singles match. Jinder Mahal looks like an action figure right now. He looks like he should have a tattoo on the back of his neck that says "Made in Taiwan, Mattel" or something like that. He is freakish. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this guy. Veins are popping out like some kind of alien or something. Like Sigourney Weaver should be fighting him. He's looking real weird, but he's still basically a mid-carder. They are allowing him to do a little bit more in matches, but you know, Rusev has a haircut. He looks like, I don't know what you want to say. He looks like, I don't know, looks like Nikolai Volkov dyed his hair and grew facial hair as well. Lana was Lana, which is usually great, and there it is. But so these guys get into the ring and they are you know, just doing a collar and elbow tie up. They end up having a little brawl outside the ring. Jinder Mahal gets the best of that, so he's going to have a match first. Sheamus and Cesaro show up, and Jinder Mahal is taking on Cesaro. The match was actually pretty good, to be honest. I mean, I thought Jinder Mahal acquitted himself pretty well. You know, athletically, he's still not all that spry, but you could see the difference in the strength and just the overall size in the ring, which Cesaro worked well. And Cesaro's so good in the ring, he can carry guys. Look, and literally carry guys. Did you just see that? That was insanity personified. I mean, that was crazy. You got to look at that again. Look at what he does here. I mean, it's insane. Catches him in midair and turns it into a backbreaker. That was crazy. Now, Cesaro was selling a back injury throughout this match. I don't know if it was legit or not, but he was. Ultimately, he beats Jinder Mahal, which is of no shock. Rusev gets back up, and he's ready to fight and get his match. And who is it? Well, it's the Big Show. Gonna be a big bad show tonight. Yeah, he showed up. And if you didn't catch my interview with the Big Show a few days ago, go ahead and make sure you check my videos, and you can go ahead and listen to that. It was really good. He talked about a lot of stuff. He talked about Conor McGregor slapping him around. He talked about people hating Roman Reigns and how good Roman Reigns is. He talked about John Cena and John Cena being a real leader. He talked about a lot of stuff. He also says Sami Zayn thinks that he hates him like in real life, but he doesn't. It's a cool interview. You should take it out. Check it out. Well, the Big Show takes on Rusev, and this match was not too bad. It was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about. It could have been seen on Raw for sure, but at this time, seeing Show in the ring is a little bit of a treat because we know that he's not going to have that many more matches, right? He winds up choke slamming Rusev 3 times, and then giving him the weapon of mass destruction, the big punch, as he lay in the corner, and he drags him into the center of the ring and gets the pin. Was it? I mean, you know, like I said, it could have been seen on Raw. Could have been seen on Raw. Next up, we saw Kevin Owens getting an interview backstage. He's talking crap about Goldberg and he's going to slap him. Yeah, we know. Didn't do much. Didn't add much. We didn't have a lot of good mic work at all in this particular show. Not much. The Cruiserweight Championship was next. Neville, who I think has been phenomenal as a heel, just outstanding, taking on Jack Gallagher. And Gallagher really, to me, this was his most impressive match that I've seen him have since he's joined the WWE. I thought this match was the best match of the night. They worked really, really well together. Gallagher had a really nice combination of these types of antics right there and actually just really solid mat work. Neville showed off speed, strength, agility, the high flying stuff. Everything was there. There was some really nasty bumps though taken in this match by Gallagher. He felt like he fell on his head several times, and that headbutt that he does, I don't know what he's doing to feign the impact, but it sounds really bad, and I'm worried about him having concussions because, yeah, but I don't know how he's pulling it. I have to see it from a different angle, but it is, yeah, it's real. Well, I shouldn't say it's real, but it's tough to watch. But he is a real, I mean, this guy is pretty strong and pretty athletic. You got to be pretty strong and athletic to do this. How many of y'all can do this? It's pretty awesome. But Look at it. I mean, look. I mean, the guy is good. Look at this. Look. Just take a look at what he does out of this. I mean, if people will watch Gallagher a lot, they know what he does. But that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So the match, like I said, was really nice. It lasted a nice amount of time. Usually don't see Gallagher doing these flying moves like that. He pulls that one off pretty well, even though I think he scraped up his elbow a little bit there on that landing. There was a time there where it made it look like he might win, but he didn't. This move here, this release German suplex, belly to back suplex, was crazy good by Neville. Set up a move off the second rope, but he didn't pin it. A nasty headbutt to Neville left Neville laying on top of the ring post like that, but ultimately Neville would pull off the Red Arrow and retain his cruiserweight title. Really good match. It got a "This is awesome" chant. It was cool. The Beast Incarnate's advocate Paul Heyman showed up. And he talked about, hey, yeah, it was option. Maybe it was Brock going to show up. What's going to happen when Goldberg takes on Fight Owens' fight? But we'll find out in a second. The New Day came out to waste some time and show us that they had the booty ice cream or whatever it's called, booty cream. I don't know what you want to call it. They came out and they were actually pretty funny. Big E was supposed to be drunk, I suppose, so he started singing Randy Orton's entrance music. He sang Juicy by Notorious Big. He did a lot of things, and that was pretty funny. You know, I thought it was a decent little diversion. Didn't last too long. There was no conflict there, but it was a decent little segment. Next up was Roman Reigns against Braun Strowman. I was really looking forward to this match. If you take a look here, you see what Roman Reigns has on. He had on like gym shoes in this match. I haven't seen him wear sneakers in a match. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if this is a new thing. The WWE 2K17 people are probably already hard at work recreating Roman Reigns' Fastlane attire. Those guys are awesome at that. Also, they may have to work on Braun Strowman's camouflage duck hunting pants that he wore. I don't know what this is, but yes, he could definitely be a massive member of Duck Dynasty cast if he wore these pants. But yes, this match was decent. It wasn't horrible. I thought it had definitely had some good spots in it. But I am a major Roman Reigns fan. I think he is very much underrated. I think people are holding a lot of stuff against him that's really not his fault. You know, I think he's much better in the ring than people give him credit for. Don't think he's that great on the mic. Don't think he's the worst on the mic, but it's definitely not. That's not his strong suit for sure. That said, I'm not sure that Braun Strowman reached the level he should have reached in his build-up yet. He is a freak. He is a big, strong monster that has not been conquered. I thought it might be a little early to have Roman Reigns conquer him, but that's exactly what happened. And I know the ideology behind this is that he was beating Roman Reigns to a pulp throughout the whole build-up for this match, right? So I got that. But this match had all kinds of moves. I mean, we had Samoan drops, we had body slams, we had power slams. He actually power slams Roman Reigns through the announce table, right? He goes spilling over the top rope. All kinds of stuff went on here. But ultimately, Braun Strowman tries to go to the top rope to do a splash off the top rope, and he was really pretty smooth with it. He misses. Roman counters it into a spear and a clean victory over Braun Strowman. And I don't know. I just think it was a little bit early for Braun to be losing clean that way. Same thing with Nia Jax. I just don't think. I mean, to me, I almost feel like you need to allow these big guys or big girls to have a title run before if they've gotten this far as Braun Strowman has gotten, as far as Nia Jax have gotten, I think they deserve to have a title run, even if it's short, before you have them conquered. Let us really believe that, yes, this is an unstoppable force for real, and yes, they've risen all the way to the title before they get beat. And I don't know. I just thought that wasn't cool. Next up, yeah, we had Bayley against Charlotte. Now, I am a huge Charlotte fan. I think she's amazing. I think she is already, I wrote this in a Forbes article, I think she is already the greatest female WWE star in history. Already, she's already best. There's never been anybody that works like her. There's never who had the mic skills she has, the in-ring ability that she has, the overall persona. None of the previous females in WWE history have had total package like Charlotte. None of them have. You can say what you want about Fabulous Moolah, Alundra Blaze, or Trish Stratus, or Lita. None of them check all the boxes like Charlotte. None of them. That said, like I said before, they were passing the title back and forth between her and Sasha. So I understand to a degree her not getting the title tonight. She did not beat Bayley. And I'm sorry, there was a Samoa Joe and Mick Foley conversation in the back. It didn't really amount to anything. I'm not even sure why they put it in there. But yeah, this just I don't know. I just Bayley is so overrated in my opinion. I know a lot of people love Bayley, but she's very overrated in my opinion. Charlotte sent Dana Brooke to the back at the beginning of the match, saying, hey, she didn't need any help. Takes on Bayley. The match was okay. It wasn't one of Charlotte's best matches, and I really would blame that on Bayley. Bayley can't really keep up, man. Athletically, she is really subpar. She moves so slow. She's so stiff. Everything is so choreographed. I'm about to jump and run. I gotta get 5 steps before I can do it. It's just I don't dig it. I just don't dig it. Charlotte really, I think, has to dumb down her performance in there with Bayley, and it is what it is, man. The match, like I said, was just okay. What was interesting, the way the match ended, Sasha Banks came running down to the ring as Charlotte was on the top rope, probably about to hit a moonsault or at least some sort of high cross body, and Sasha comes running down the ring, causes a distraction. Charlotte gets off the top rope, and that gives Bayley a chance to recover. So Charlotte pulls a roll up and was about to get a pin on Bayley, but she had the tights. Sasha jumps up on the ring apron, tells the ref, oh no, she has the tights. Gets the hold broken, I should say. Bayley gets up to her feet as Charlotte tries to kick at Sasha, who's down on the ring floor. That's enough of a distraction for Bayley to hit a Bayley to belly suplex, and then she gets the win. Okay, I guess I'm not as much mad about that because, as I said, they're passing the title back and forth between the same two people. I get it, but oh my God, what is going on with this Bayley thing? I'm not really one that's feeling that. I'm not. At any rate, now we go to the main event, if that's what you want to call it. Goldberg against Kevin Owens. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this was whacker than whack, wetter than wet water, weaker than the weakest weak, is what this was. I'm just gonna tell you what happened. Before I get into anything. They come to the ring, they do all the pageantry that you see before a championship match. Kevin Owens does the whole heel stall thing, keeps jumping in and out of the ring before the match starts. And while I'm watching this, I'm like, there's some trash coming. I tell Junior, there's some trash coming. And I'm going to tell you the trash I predicted right after I tell you exactly what happened. Finally, Kevin Owens gets in the ring. I'm telling you, he did this for a good 7 to 8 minutes. It was so long, I almost ripped my lips off. But I was somewhat, and I had some bit of a positive anticipation, but I had a bad taste in my mouth. I knew something crappy was coming. Sure enough, gets in there, wants to wrestle. As soon as he says, ring the bell, and the bell rings, break the wall down. Okay, Chris Jericho comes walking down the ramp. That doesn't surprise me because we haven't really seen him on WWE programming since Owens attacked him in the middle of February. So we knew, obviously, he was going to show up. I knew that, right? As soon as that happens, Owen looks up the ramp. He gets speared by Goldberg and then a jackhammer. The match is over. Goldberg is the new WWE Universal Champion, and I am ready to vomit. You know, the whole thing about this is this. It is so clear to me, and I made this assessment after the match with Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. Goldberg can't work a whole match, guys. He cannot work a whole match. Something's wrong with him. Something is wrong with his stamina. They know for a fact that Goldberg can't work a whole match. That is the reason why he keeps getting booked in squash matches. You just squash Kevin Owens? Really? They are really selling their soul for Goldberg right now? Is that what we're doing? Come on, man. That was absolutely putrid, guys. That's what that was. It was terrible. I mean, it was so predictable because pretty much everybody knew that Goldberg was probably going to win because they want to set up the whole main event, WrestleMania, Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Obviously, that's what they want to set up. I get it. The fact that we all knew that only makes it that much worse. But you mean to tell me you couldn't come up with anything better than that? Really? Do you know how unsatisfying that was to end this pay-per-view? I mean, I got the whole squash thing with Brock because that was like a shock. And when we saw it, for a minute, you didn't know how to feel. You were like, whoa, what? But then you thought about it. You're like, oh, man, maybe that was kind of cool. But then you follow it up with a relatively short stint in the Royal Rumble for Goldberg. And now I'm really like, yeah, he can't work a match. And then you come with this garbage at Fastlane. So what are we going to see at WrestleMania? Is he going to work a match then? Or somebody going to like shoot a missile in the middle of the ring? And, you know, come on, man. This is some straight garbage, baby. I was not pleased. That was enough to just kill the entire pay-per-view for me. I was kind of leaning towards it's bad, but more on the fence. But then this just sent it clean over the fence. Really bad pay-per-view, in my opinion. The ending left you very much unsatisfied, and I don't know. I wasn't happy at all. But hey, maybe I'm very interested to hear what other people think about this because it wasn't good to me. It wasn't good at all. I didn't dig it. I did not dig it. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this recap, me sharing my thoughts and so on and so forth about this. Definitely leave in the comment section different things different there. I know you guys are going to have some comment about tabs. Hey, I'm working hard. I'm working hard. Whenever you don't see a lot of tabs means I'm not working hard. No, not really. But hey, please believe it. I'm working hard. I appreciate you watching. As always, God bless and peace.